Alright, so this video is for ex-felons or people that come from the ghetto. I feel like that's a good topic for me because I am an ex-felon and I do come from a ghetto. If you like me and you coming from the hood or you have a criminal background, you feel me, you an ex-con for whatever reason, I think it's like most important for you to stop talking about your charge. Stop talking about what happened when you was locked up. Just move on with your life. It's very important that you separate yourself from that because the more you talk about it, the more it has control over your life. Same thing with jobs. Like if you go up in there and you're looking for a job interview and you start talking about prison, they gonna automatically feel some type of way about that. So where you wanna be, think about that. Talk about that, and then, you know what I'm saying, that'll be your situation eventually. You can't help but to because you taking actions towards that, you know what I'm saying? You speaking it on yourself. So a crazy funny story is when I was little, I used to get annoyed with my mama because like she'd talk to me one way, she'd be like, boy, I beat you, you know, she'd do some incredible stuff to you that'll hurt.
Uh-oh, Richard!
She'd jump on the phone when the phone ring and be like,
hey, Mr. Kramer, this is Langston from Regalview. I didn't catch you at the wrong time, did I?
it was a skill that she was showing me she had, and I ain't appreciated it. I ain't get the politeness I got.
You can see her yelling and striking her son. She chased him home as he walked away.
If you going to war, you feel me, you gotta put on that camouflage and you gotta try to like blend in. And I ain't saying like forget who you are or forget where you came from or nothing like that, but you definitely gotta switch it up. You gotta know how to switch it up because you're gonna be talking to all kind of people and they gonna speak their language. And if you ain't speaking their language, they not gonna understand what you're talking about, you feel me? Or they not gonna like talking to you because it's gonna seem like a whole lot of work. So you definitely gotta switch it up. So sometimes, like a lot of people feel like they know me and you know, they know me to a certain extent. Sometimes you gotta be more cautious when you at work. And I feel like a lot of people from the crib or from the hood or, you know what I'm saying, they've been locked down for a long time. You've been around a certain kind of people with a certain kind of vocabulary, and all you hear is prison stories and street stories and this, that, and the third. You gotta learn something more than that. So I wanna talk about like what you gotta do in order to become a more productive citizen. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people get out and it's a revolving door. They get out, they go back in. What helped me was having a plan. And I had a plan because I was already doing this before I ever got into any trouble. So I was paying my own bills when I was in high school. That kind of gave me the ability to ignore a lot of what people were saying when I was locked down. When they was like, oh man, it's gonna be impossible for you to get a job. It's gonna be super hard. You just don't understand. Now you got to charge. It's finna be different. And to me, I always came from a situation where it was gonna be different. So I didn't understand like how somebody can be like, oh, now your life finna change and ain't nobody gonna give you a good job. Any hard worker know that if you lose your job or if you just don't have a job and you want a job, it's easier to get a job or the job that you want if you already have a job. Because people that's hiring, they want people that already have a good track record of working. So the longer you've been at a job, the better. So I know a lot of people be like, oh man, I don't want to work at Burger King. I don't want to work at the dollar store and all of these other places because they feel like they ain't gonna make enough money or they just don't want to do it. But sometimes you gotta do what you don't want to do in order to get what you want. You feel me? So if you want a really good job, you gotta start with a really bad job. And then learn that job. And the better you get at that job is gonna be job security. You'll always know how to do that. But then on top of that, be looking for a better job. And if they ever say yes, because usually they're gonna say no, if they ever say yes, take that better job. You know what I'm saying? Learn that one. Have that in your arsenal, honing them skills, and then get you a better job. Keep on moving up. But when you first get out, you're gonna have to, for one, you're gonna have to get your credentials together. So if you ain't got no plan, I'm finna give you my plan. And hopefully that'll work for you. Get your credentials together. Get your birth certificate, your social security card, your state ID, your driver's license. Get all of these credentials together because these are the things you're gonna need in order to have a job and keep a job. You're gonna get a job that is not far from your house, wherever you stand. Get a job that you can walk to. Why? because you don't want to be dependent on nobody for no ride to work. When you get a job, you want to be there on time every day. So if you can walk to work, you ain't got no excuse. Have that job that you don't want. I was working at a car wash, you feel me? Didn't want to do all that. It was super hot outside, but you know what I'm saying, I had to get that money, you feel me? I had to make a living, and you know what I'm saying, I knew that I needed a track record of me working. After you get that first job, save up, you know what I'm saying, and then, you know, start working on buying you a car or getting your driver's license, but take the steps that will help you be mobile. Because if you want a better job, you're gonna have to probably go get it. It ain't gonna be around the corner all the time. It's probably gonna be across town. So get your credentials together so that you can be able to get back and forth to work and have your own car and rely on you. After you get you a car, now you can get back and forth to any job. You going out there and you looking for jobs that you ain't have, that you couldn't reach at first because you couldn't get there. So now you getting a better job. Now you saving up more money. Don't stop there. While you got that job, invest in your future, invest in your skills. So I believe that people need to start getting trades. And I know a lot of people ain't locked up because they super smart, or they not still in the hood because they super smart. You know what I'm saying? And when I say smart, I mean you didn't have the ability to learn what other people's had the ability to learn. Like, I know we ain't slaves no more, but you know what I'm saying, it's still a such thing as being in a part of the world where people don't care if you learn. You feel me? People don't care if you know how to read good. People ain't teaching you how they supposed to teach you, and some parents ain't even pushing you to go to school. So amazingly, I was locked up with a lot of people that had like a second grade education and never went to school after that. I can't blame them for that, you feel me? So it's different strokes for different folks. Anyways, yeah, so while you got that better job, you know what I'm saying, invest in yourself. Maybe you like to drive, you're a good driver. Start driving trucks. That's what I did. I went and got my CDL. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to draw good, a lot of people in jail be making them really good postcards and stuff like that. If you could draw, learn how to do tattoos. That's a career. You know what I'm saying? All of these are careers that can turn into you owning your own business. If you know how to cook, that's something else that you can do, and you don't have to like be a math wizard or something, you know what I'm saying? Be a chef. You can have your own restaurant. It's so many things that we can do. And instead of just feeling hopeless, we need to feel like, okay, well, now it's our turn to make the world a better place, you feel me? It's bigger than me, you feel me? I don't like doing this because I don't like talking about the fact that I've been locked up before. I hate that situation, period. And if I can give y'all somewhat of a verbal, you know, Underground Railroad, for lack of a better term, then, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna do that. So I say, give whatever game you can once you succeed to somebody, you know what I'm saying? And let other people know how to get out of the cycle of penitentiary freedom, you feel me? Because even though you in this world, in this free world, and right now you good, one day you can be shot, one day you can be dead, one day you could be locked up, and it's all a matter of a couple seconds of something happening. So, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, anybody can be locked up, anybody can be hurt, and you know what I'm saying? I feel like all of us need to know how to get out of that situation. So I hope y'all appreciate this information, you know what I'm saying? One more time, I'm Tychi. Y'all can find my music on Spotify and all of the music streaming platforms. Y'all can find me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff. But yeah, this the kind of information I'm trying to promote, I'm trying to push out there, and this is what I talk about in my raps. If y'all hear me say something negative, is never to glorify anything crazy. You feel me? I'm pro the people, so you know what I'm saying? I hope this information helps somebody. Feel free to like, you know what I'm saying? Even if this information wasn't for you, you feel me? Maybe you know somebody that needs this information, or maybe you got kids that you want to have this kind of information. The more y'all like, you know what I'm saying, like the content and subscribe and whatnot, you know, hopefully we can help somebody and change somebody's life. And yeah, man, I'm gonna leave it there. I feel like I've been rambling, so I appreciate y'all. Tychi signing out. I won.